stuff. Try to get followers into. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty, welcome to clip 2. And this one is pretty much, now that we've kind of talked about our childhoods a little bit and, things that we've done in life, or what we do with our kids, what we're wanting to mention now is that Bill Cosby did have a point where a lot of fathers were not involved in their children's lives because, they either don't know how to be fathers themselves or they just don't care. And what I'd like to talk about is the joys of being a father, of being a mother. And the one sad situation about what's going, in my life and in my daughter's life right now is that my daughter's the only girl out of 4 kids of her mother, and their mother abandoned them. She fought for them for a while. I mean, they got taken by our local DFS, which is why I hate them so bad. They took them under false pretenses, but at the same time, when they offered to help her get her kids back, she just up and left. They gave her 4 chances to get them back, and she abandoned them, took off with some other guy, had another baby, abandoned that one, leaving him with a crackhead, and then not knowing, being so high up on whatever drug she was on, couldn't even remember where she left him at. And so her sister went, found him, took him, went through a whole year and a half of adopting him, and it was just a pain, it was a real big pain that she would do that. So now, needless to say, I won't speak to her at all for nothing. I mean, I wouldn't care if we were at a funeral, somebody important close to her died, I wouldn't even say hi, condolences, nothing. So, the joy of childhood, the joy of parenthood is the emotions that the child will give you when, they're happy, when they're sad, or whatever they're doing. And what do you think?
I don't know, I think the really coolest part for me about parenthood is like when your kid learns something new, whether it's like, when they're just like a little bitty baby and like they can lift their head up on their own, just like, hey, I got a neck, I can see the world, and then like when they start to crawl, and then whenever they get to start to talk, it's like, it's so fascinating to me, that this, you know, this baby, this life that I contribute to creating, is learning all this new stuff. And, I guess what one of the greatest things is that, when I'm down, I'm having a rough day, and my daughter's like, hey mom, just bopping along happy for no reason, just because they can, just the silliest little thing. And, it's like, wow.
So, yeah, I feel it's a treat. I mean, a lot of guys, they always talk about, oh yeah, my son, I mean, I see a lot of dudes, they sit up there and they talk about my son, and next thing you know, they get a daughter, and it's like, or then again, some of the guys they're all about the booty, and it's, they get a kid and they're gone, and it's like, you know what, if you don't want a kid, get yourself snipped. And I mean, I'll stress that, get yourself snipped, you still get off, you still release fluid if that's what you're worried about, but you know what, at least you're not going to have some kid running around without a father, and it also alleviates you of any responsibility if you don't want to do anything. And that's just the way I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, get neutered. Oh.
I don't know what, I guess, like, my take on parenthood is that, like, my daughter could be, my child could be the next president, or, someone that makes a difference in this world. I know, well, I hope that, whenever I get too old to be able to take care of myself, that she'll be there. But, I mean, their future, and sometimes, I really hope that my child, my daughter's, like, able to preserve her spirit's preserved. Allie's like
Yeah.
this.
Ball of exploding.
Yeah, she's like this big ball of sunshine, and she's a people person, and which is something that sometimes I am, most of the time I'm not, though, and
Yeah, I feel, I don't know, it feels a good thing, like, that's the way we want children to feel. We want them to feel that there's a good reason to live, It ain't no, and it's really not shouldn't be a big excuse as to why a child, should hate or act different, towards a woman or to even a child because, well, I didn't have a daddy, so why should I be around this kid? Or, it's just saying that there's no excuse for it, but, at the same time, there's really a big benefit out of it. Because a lot of people, a lot of the girls, a lot of the teenage girls, their biggest excuse of wanting to have a baby is because I want a baby, I want somebody to love me unconditionally. And moms and dads have to do that. Well, they don't have to, sorry.
yeah,
Moms and dads do that genuinely, but at the same time, they have to lay down the ground rules because they're just trying to teach you. They're trying to show you the way. They're trying to tell you, well, you can't just go out here and do this, do that just because you can. You gotta know your limitations. You gotta know what you're doing, and you can't sit up there and just go doing everything, and then, just because it's cool, you can go do it. I'm never really had too much of a problem. I was afraid of drugs after I was told about it in school, but and then seeing it out, in life is like, do I really want to be like that?
yeah,
It's like a pot smoker. They just sit. I'm not gonna sit up here and dog it because a lot of people do it and it's fine for them, and I don't feel that it's horrible. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to sit around it all day. And the biggest thing is like, wow, I'm getting up and go ahead and smoke my last bowl, and then, okay, dang, I need to come up with $10 to go find another bag. It's like,
think about how much of your life, someone's life is wasting away when they could be doing something other than that, with their energy and their time. There's. I'm not being judgmental, but in a way I am.
Yeah.
And it's like there's just a lot that could be done if people like pull together, and especially parents. Shit, my mom abandoned. I haven't seen my mother since I was 7 years old, and how my parenting skills, not really good with kids, but I treat my daughter like she's an equal because she's a little person, and she's no higher, no less than me. But whenever a time to put her in check, bam,
Yeah.
then it's time to get disciplined. And I'm responsible for her, and that's just something that I can't just walk away from.